Hey y'all, welcome to Peyton Energetics. I'm Peyton, and I'm a Pleiadian channel and starseed coach. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Arcturian starseeds. Now, Arcturian starseeds are not one of the more common starseeds on the planet right now. We don't have quite as many of them as some of the other starseed races, like, say, the Sirians, the Pleiadians, or the Orions. But today we're going to take a look at what Arcturian starseeds are all about. We're going to be taking a look at some of their common characteristics, some common traits that they often share, some of those things that they can struggle with more than the average starseed. And we're also going to take a look at what Arcturian starseed energy feels like. What does it look like to help you figure out if Arcturian energy might be part of your soul ethnicity? Now, whenever I do one of these starseed videos, I always like to start out by making two quick points. One is a definition and the other is a disclaimer. So let's start with the definition. What is a starseed? Well, when we are talking about a starseed in the spiritual community, we are generally talking about someone whose soul originates from another star system. So essentially, starseeds are humans that have a lot of galactic energy. They have a frequency that is not native to this planet. That is how the guides, and if y'all have seen any of my videos, you know that my guides are Pleiadian. So I tend to get a lot of my information from the Pleiadians. And according to the Pleiadians, they like to define starseeds as humans who have a very foreign energy on this planet, energy that's not native to the Earth construct. So that is why we talk about starseeds so much in the spiritual community. They are just humans with a lot of galactic energy. Now, the second point I always like to make in starseed videos is a little bit of a disclaimer, and that is whenever we talk about a starseed race and talk about some of that race's characteristics, their traits, their struggles, we are talking in trends. We are talking in generalities. So this is not to say that if you are an Arcturian starseed, you will have every characteristic that we mentioned in today's video, but you may find that you have a lot of them. But just always keep in mind, every starseed is unique. So you may be an Arcturian starseed and not have any of these characteristics. And that is perfectly fine. But we do tend to see certain characteristics popping up over and over again with particular starseed races, or even with starseeds who have a lot of energy from a particular star system. That's one of the reasons starseeds often resonate with more than one star system. So even if you are not an Arcturian starseed, you may see yourself in a lot of these characteristics. Now, before we dive into talking about Arcturian starseeds, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. So let's move along and start talking about Arcturian starseeds. What are they like? What are some of their common characteristics, or some of those things that we just see popping up for Arcturian starseeds more than the average starseed? Well, one of the first things that always pops to my mind when we talk about Arcturian starseeds is that they are master healers. So Arcturian starseeds that I have worked with in my coaching practice have been master healers, some of the best I have ever seen. So this is something that often comes very, very naturally to Arcturian starseeds, is to work with some sort of healing modality. Now, something else that goes along with this that tends to be a real specialty of Arcturian starseeds is that they tend to be really, really good at creating their own healing modalities. So Arcturian starseeds may start out their healing career by learning a traditional modality like Reiki. But I find that Arcturian starseeds tend to make their healing practices very unique. So an Arcturian starseed may start out with some basic common modalities and then tweak it or create their own modality around it. So they're just very good at connecting with the healing energies from their home star system. And one of the ways that this shows up for a lot of Arcturians is through developing their own unique healing modality. So I have seen so many Arcturian starseeds come up with their own ways to heal. And Arcturian starseeds tend to be masters especially of emotional healing. That's something that the Arcturians themselves are very much known for. So that tends to be a skill set of your average Arcturian starseed. Something else that Arcturian starseeds are known for is being very, very organized, very methodical, very together. They tend to have a very strong streak of logic. So Arcturian starseeds, more than some other starseeds, like say the Pleiadian starseeds, tend to be very logical. And again, this is something that you see in the Arcturians themselves. So Arcturian starseeds may be really, really good with technology. That is something that the Arcturians are known as being galactic masters of, is technology. According to the Pleiadians, the Arcturians are one of the most technologically advanced races in our galaxy. So if you're an Arcturian starseed, you may be great with technology. And you may also be good with all of those art forms and practices that are very logical. So math, science, these may be something that you are naturally drawn to if you have a lot of Arcturian energy. Now, something else that is unique about many Arcturian starseeds is that they tend to be very psychically active. So they tend to be extremely telepathic in particular. So this is something that is one of those really cool gifts of Arcturian starseeds, is that it just tends to be a little easier for them to connect with their telepathic abilities. Whereas other starseeds may have to work a little harder to start developing that. This is something that is often very just natural to Arcturian starseeds. Something else that you will often notice about Arcturian starseeds is they tend to be very empathic. And you can see the connection to what we were talking about earlier with how they are so good at emotional healing. So being very empathic, being able to connect with how other people are feeling is something that is usually part of an Arcturian starseed's skill set. And something else that's kind of just neat and unique about Arcturian starseeds is they often have a very fast spiritual awakening. So whereas some starseeds, say the Syrian starseeds, for example, come to mind, who have a more gradual process of awakening, for the Arcturians, they often have kind of a crash landing. So if you're an Arcturian starseed, you may look back at your awakening journey and realize it happened really quickly. So this is something that just kind of tends to be common with Arcturian starseeds. And something else that you will often notice about Arcturian starseeds is they tend to be a little hands-off. So Arcturian starseeds may not be that person you know who has to be the center of attention all the time, who has to be in the middle of everything, have all eyes on her. That's generally not how Arcturian starseeds operate. They tend to be more what you can think of as observers. So whereas they are very helpful and very much willing to assist and participate and be of service, Arcturian starseeds tend to do that from kind of a hands-off perspective. So they may do so while kind of standing on the sidelines. They may function more in the role of observers, there to support, but not to force their way in. And this is something that we see very much in the Arcturians themselves. According to the Pleiadians, these are members of our star family who are very, very serious about not interfering with other civilizations. So the Arcturians themselves, as we have seen as a spiritual community, tend to be more hands-off. They are there to support us, to help us, to guide us, but they are very, very careful not to interfere with us. And so you may see this same energy in Arcturian starseeds, just that kind of slight reservation, that willingness to kind of stand back and let things play out. So this is something that is just what we associate with Arcturian energy in general, is it's very non-intrusive. So Arcturian starseeds are usually not the nosy ones. They are usually not the ones sticking their nose into everyone else's business. In fact, they tend to be pretty hands-off, letting everyone follow their own path. So this is something that is super common in Arcturian starseeds. Now, something else that is kind of unique about Arcturian starseeds is that these are starseeds that are somewhat rare. So we do not have quite as many Arcturian starseeds, according to the guides, as we do starseeds from certain other star systems. And something else, according to the Pleiadians, that is unique about Arcturian starseeds is that they tend to be spread out around the planet. So if you're an Arcturian starseed, you may realize that there aren't a lot of other Arcturian starseeds in your town, in your community. So this is something that the guides have said the Arcturian starseeds, more than some other starseed races, tend to be very spread out around the planet. Now, let's move on and talk about some of the things that Arcturian starseeds are often drawn to. And one thing that I see as kind of a trend in Arcturian starseeds is healing. And we've already touched on why this is. It's because the Arcturians themselves are master healers. So Arcturian starseeds are often very drawn to learning a healing modality. And as we mentioned earlier, they tend to take that and run with it to create their own healing modalities. And I have some Arcturian starseed friends who have come up with some of the most amazing healing modalities you can imagine. It is just something they instinctively know. So Arcturian starseeds are often pulling on their memories of healing techniques from their home star system, which makes them just fantastic healers. Now, something else Arcturian starseeds are often drawn to is music. So Arcturians tend to love music, whether it is listening to it, playing it, creating it. They are extremely creative and very, very expressive. So music tends to be one of those things that many Arcturian starseeds really, really love. And along with this, you may find that Arcturian starseeds are very drawn to using symbols and sound. So this may be part of the healing modality that Arcturian starseeds use or that they create, but they're extremely gifted in working with sound healing, working with tones. This is something that Arcturian starseeds tend to be really good at. Something else that's kind of unique about Arcturian starseeds is they tend to like a simple life. So Arcturian starseeds may not be people who are really all that attracted to all the glitz and the glam and the distractions that so many humans find so irresistible. They tend to just like to have things simple, to be in connection with nature, to live peacefully and quietly. So Arcturian starseeds are not necessarily looking for all the bells and whistles, all the pomp and circumstance, or to be the center of attention. They tend to like things a little more quiet. And one of the reasons for this is it helps them manage their sensitivity. So if you're an Arcturian starseed, you may find that you don't need all the fancy stuff, that you're pretty happy just having your basic needs met. And this is something that is common with Arcturian starseeds. And something else kind of unique and fun about Arcturian starseeds is they tend to like being warm. So Arcturian starseeds tend not to love living in cold environments, places with lots of snow. They tend to like to be in the sun, in the warmth. It just tends to be more comfortable energetically. So that's just kind of a fun, quirky thing that I have seen in a lot of my Arcturian starseed clients is they hate the cold. And finally, something else that Arcturian starseeds tend to be really good at in a way that is a little unusual from your average starseed is that they tend to be really good at merging spirituality and technology, to being able to do both. So they are a little more versatile than many starseeds in this regard, in that they seem to have just an equal gift for understanding advanced technologies, and also for understanding advanced spiritual concepts. So this again, you can see the Arcturian influence because the Arcturians themselves are known as spiritual and technological masters, and most of their starseeds are no different. Now let's move on and talk a little bit about Arcturian starseed energies. So what do Arcturian starseeds feel like? What do they look like if you were to look at their energy fields? Well, the first thing that many people will associate with Arcturian energy is how good it feels. So Arcturian energy is an energy that is very comfortable to humans. And this is a little unusual amongst starseed races. Some of our star family have energies that feel very different to humans, very foreign, maybe a little too strong. Not so with the Arcturians. So Arcturian energy to humans tends to feel very comfortable. It tends to be very accessible. It's not something that makes our nervous system stand up and go on hyper alert. Instead, Arcturian energy to me, when I am experiencing it, feels like the energy of a spa. So that energy after you have just had a great massage is kind of how I would describe Arcturian energy. So we will see this often in Arcturian starseeds as well, that they have an energy that just makes people comfortable. So Arcturian energy, or the energy of Arcturian starseeds, tends to be very gentle, tends to be very soothing. It's that energy of a warm blanket. So it's something very accessible to humans, very comfortable to humans. So people may just feel comfortable around the energy of Arcturian starseeds. Whereas the energy of many starseeds can feel a little foreign to your average human, a little unusual, a little strange. It's not the case with Arcturian starseeds. Their energy just feels good. And if you are someone who can see energy colors, you may notice that Arcturian starseeds have energies that are blue in color. The color blue is often associated with Arcturian energy, as are the colors lavender and magenta. So if you are working with Arcturian guides, you may notice these colors. If you are connecting or working with an Arcturian starseed, you may notice that their energy is a blue, a purple, a magenta in color. These are colors that pop up very frequently in people with a lot of Arcturian energy. Now, let's move on and talk a little bit about Arcturian starseeds and the body. Now, as y'all know, because we have talked about this in many videos, one of the things that a lot of starseeds struggle with is the body. They just have fits being in a physical body. And across the starseed races, the Pleiadians say there's something of a scale in terms of how well different star race energies integrate into a human body. So essentially, certain star races tend to have an easier or a harder time just being human, just being in a physical human body. And unfortunately for our Arcturian starseeds, they tend to have it pretty rough. According to the Pleiadians, Arcturian starseeds have one of the worst integrations with the physical body of all of the starseed races. And one of the reasons, according to the guides, is that very high dimensional soul energy of the Arcturian starseed is just not a great fit for the dense human body. And so the way this often manifests for Arcturian starseeds is they really have troubles with the body. That may be chronic illness, serious illness, just things that no one can identify or get a handle on. They just tend to very, very often, and this is not to say everyone will. There are, I'm sure, Arcturian starseeds who do just great in a physical body, but that is the exception to the rule, and there always is one. So in general, the Arcturian starseeds that I have worked with have reported just very, very extreme problems with the body in some capacity. And of course, how this manifests is as diverse as we are as humans or starseeds, and it can take many, many forms. But one of the most common characteristics of Arcturian starseeds is that they have a struggle with the body. And along with this extreme physical sensitivity is that Arcturian starseeds can be hypersensitive to light and sound. So they may not be able to be in environments with a lot of very sharp noises, very jarring noises. So concerts may not be the favorite place of your average Arcturian starseed, or any place that has sounds that may be too overwhelming to the nervous system of an Arcturian starseed. So sensitivity to light and sound is very common. And something else that I have had Arcturian starseeds report over and over again is a tendency to be somewhat more prone to anxiety. And this may be a function of that extreme starseed sensitivity combined with the particular tendency of Arcturian starseeds to have issues with the body. But this is just something that crops up quite a lot with Arcturian starseeds. Now, finally, let's take a look at some of the things that often crop up as struggles for many Arcturian starseeds. Because as we look at all the different starseed races, we tend to have inherited certain gifts from our star family and star lineage. And oftentimes we will often bring in to this incarnation certain common struggles. So there are just some things that pop up frequently for Arcturian starseeds. And the first of those we just talked about, and that is the body. So no need to go back over that, but this is probably the most common struggle of Arcturian starseeds. Now, something else that comes up quite a lot with Arcturian starseeds is a sense of disconnection. So Arcturian starseeds may have trouble fitting in. They may tend to be a little more reserved, as we talked about earlier, to prefer to be on the edge of the crowd, not so much in the middle of it, seeking attention. So there can be a tendency for Arcturian starseeds to feel a little separated. And this is not foreign territory for starseeds. Most of us are pretty familiar with that. But Arcturian starseeds in particular report this pretty commonly. And something that can be a contributing factor to this is that Arcturian starseeds may often go a little more slowly than your average person when connecting with other people. So it may take them longer to warm up to other people, to start sharing themselves, their thoughts and their feelings. So Arcturian starseeds just can have that tendency to be more of an observer, which can just sometimes make them feel a little bit like an outsider. So one way that this can show up for many Arcturian starseeds is feeling very disconnected from other humans. So they may be starseeds who feel even more disconnected from your average person than even the average starseed. So this is something that comes up often with Arcturian starseeds. And finally, one other thing that comes up frequently with Arcturian starseeds is that they often have had very challenging childhoods. And again, that is no shocker for starseeds. Many starseeds have struggled with this, having set up for themselves a challenging family dynamic. But Arcturian starseeds tend to have this at a whole other level. And one way this often manifests uniquely with Arcturian starseeds is that there tends to be this interesting theme of having trouble in particular with one parent. So not always both parents, but with Arcturian starseeds, there is a trend toward having fairly significant difficulties with one parent or the other. So that's something that is a unique twist on what many starseeds deal with, which is kind of having had a bumpy family life, especially in childhood. So that is how it often will show up for Arcturian starseeds. So those are some of the top characteristics that show up over and over again in many, although not all, Arcturian starseeds. Let me know in the comments below if you're an Arcturian starseed. What would you add to this list? Drop that in the comment box below. And while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you next time. Bye.